Hi and welcome back. And here we are. I've just left the house. I'm still in Innsbruck, and I'm going to try and get down to Italy. So hopefully I'll make it. The official line is that the Italians have opened the border. The Austrians haven't opened the border, so I should be able to get into Italy without too much difficulty. But who knows if I'll be able to get back at the end of the week. So it's now Sunday afternoon. I have to drive over the Brenner down through Verona and then across onto the motorway that goes from Parma down to La Spezia to get where I'm going. We've got about probably good 4.5 hours drive ahead of us. The car is absolutely packed. We've got the kitchen in the back, we've got some plumbing stuff, we've got a lot of paint, an airless sprayer, lots of things we're going to be able to test out this week. So I've spent the morning packing, getting everything together. My wonderful girlfriend is going to be looking after the kids while I'm away, so hopefully the nights won't be that bad. The last couple of nights have been okay, actually. I mean, he's a month old now, so long drive, and I'll cut in and out if anything exciting happens. So we're now down through the Dolomites. I'm sure we'll soon be coming up to one of the most beautiful lakes in Europe, the Lake Garda. Everything's going quite smoothly. There's very little traffic. In fact, I haven't seen another Austrian registered car since I crossed the border. There are a few German cars here, but there is very, very little traffic, which for the beginning of June, and the fact that there is in most of Southern Europe a bank holiday this Thursday, it's very rare that there would be so little going on. I'm trying not to mumble, but as I mentioned, I'm doing this on my phone. I don't have a proper microphone, and it is raining, it's pouring. But I just don't care. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I am beaming to myself, and I can't wait to get there. It's just the right amount of drive. It gives you time to unwind, to disconnect from work, from the office, and start thinking about what I'm going to do over the next few days, what order I'm going to do it. Looking forward to seeing some of the neighbours, some of the people I've met since we bought the house. We're all fabulous people. But at the same time, as I'm driving down here, and there are no cars, there's very little going on, and you can imagine Italy suffered more than almost any other country, especially in Europe. It came very early. They had a massive lockdown. Italy wasn't doing as well as some other European countries financially before the lockdown, especially not as well as countries like Germany and Austria, where they have very, very low unemployment and very successful industry. And even Germany and Austria have suffered massively over the last 3-4 months. But it's such a good feeling to be getting back into Italy, to be able to spend some money here, to help in that little way I can, to at least be one of the first who can say, no, it's safe, go and do. The people are still the same. The country hasn't changed dramatically. Obviously there'll be less hugging and kissing, and in the restaurants it's going to be difficult. I don't know. I'm looking forward to finding out just how restricted life is. In Austria, life has pretty much gone back to normal. But this wonderful, amazing, beautiful country filled with the nicest and friendliest and open people that you'll find almost anywhere on earth, suffered so much during this lockdown. The traditions of big family dinners every weekend, the outwardness, the meeting, the having the aperitivo every evening, all of these things suffered, and so the mental aspect is I think one of the great overlooked problems that's come through this pandemic, and I hope that everything pans out well. I'm hoping, like most other people, that if we stay sensible and we do follow the rules. I've got my mask here for every time I have to go into a shop or fill up with petrol or anything, and I don't think I'll even be stopping on the way down. I'll do door to door, which is fine. But if we stay sensible and we follow the rules, then there won't be a second wave or a comeback, and it will be suppressed almost completely, and until such time as we have a vaccine and we can get on and wait for the next world pandemic or virus, which hopefully won't come soon, or hopefully won't come at all. I'm full of optimism. I'm so happy to be going back down there. I'm so happy to get into Italy, to leave. I love Austria, but the fact that you weren't allowed to leave is it's restrictive. We weren't allowed to leave Innsbruck for over 2 weeks. We weren't allowed to leave the city limits, and no one was allowed to leave the village that they were registered as living in. So I'm massively optimistic. I think that if everyone makes an effort to follow the rules within the limit of what is reasonable, and to help, we did show that people were very, very happy to help other people, and I think that was fabulous. But now is the time to go out and to spend money, to reinvest, because I'm not here to spend a huge amount of money, but I will be making a point of eating locally, of going out for drinks, of spending some money in the local tourism industry, because that money will flow back into the system, and it's going to be the best way to get the economy and all of Europe's economies back on track as quickly as possible. is to, you know, to invest in them. So I think it's going to be okay. I'm looking forward to these few days to get some stuff done, and then hopefully being able to come back again and again over the summer and the winter without any great difficulty, and watch the people here, the locals, get back into their normal rhythm. The area, the direct area, and in the village has a lot of quite elderly people. They obviously risk category, so I will be keeping distance from them. But on the whole, I think the best you can do now is to start traveling again, is to go and see people, and tell them that, you know, they did the right thing. Italy suffered massively. It came very suddenly. It grew. It was at the beginning of the virus, so none of the lockdown procedures had been tested anywhere else. It's much easier for some countries just to follow what has proven to be very successful especially in countries like Austria. Austria was draconian, but then it was very successful, and everyone's quite happy about that now. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. It's long drives, lots of thinking, looking out of the windows, being, obviously it's very nice that there's no one else on the road. It means that I can drive a little bit faster and a little bit safer, but normally Lake Garda would be packed at this time of year, and it's just not. So people are suffering, and I think that'll be the same in Tuscany. I think that'll be the same everywhere. So I hope it gets back to normality very soon, and I hope that all of you, if you're watching this, it's probably because you like or have some affection towards Italy. It's not much to do with me, it's more to do with the journey and the house and Italy and the stories. So come to Italy and help Italy. I sound like I'm sponsored by the tourist board, which I'm not, but I do think it would be a worthwhile thing to do right now. And when other countries that suffered dramatically are open and you're able to go back in, countries like Spain and Portugal, then go do it, and make sure that when you're there that you buy local, that you're spending your money, and that money is not going into huge multi-billion-dollar corporations who don't really care. We want to make sure that in the little village where the house is, there is a restaurant which is excellent. I have on Instagram posted pictures of the excellent home cooking there, and there is a little like a cooperativa, which is a little shop with a bar, and you can eat there sometimes too. And I want these places to be there in a year's time, but I want them to be there in 10 years' time and in 100 years' time, because they've been there for 100 years. And the best way to do that is to go out of my way to eat there and to support them, and not go out of my way to go to a supermarket. I'm not, extremely wealthy, or I get by, but I'm happy to pay 20 cents more for a box of noodles if I can buy it at the shop locally, and know that those 20 cents are going into maintaining that shop there. Okay, well, that's a lot of me waffling on. I shall try and stop waffling on now, get back to the driving, and hopefully we'll check in when we get there.
You
still as wonderful as it always has been. Let me see if I can, not the best view. So I'm going to, I've just opened the door. It doesn't smell damp, which is excellent. And I'm now going to go and turn the water on, get the electricity going again, try and get some hot water so I can have a shower in the morning. And then I'm going to go and have a beer. And that will be pretty much it for today's video. So tomorrow I'm going to try and get the guided tour done. I don't know if I'll get it online tomorrow, but I'll try my very best, so that, because a lot of people have been asking about that, so you can see exactly what the house is and how it's laid out. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Have an excellent day, week, and there will be many more videos coming up very, very shortly, and I am so happy to be back here. If you like it, make sure you don't miss anything, so subscribe, tell other people about it if you like. It's a lot of fun knowing that you guys actually watch this. It makes it kind of much more fun to make. So comments, anything you particularly want while I'm here, and thank you very much. Take care.